All right, shalom, shalom. Like you say, all praises due to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakah, Kadash, and double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to you, brothers, teaching in truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the globe. All right, this is Tyler Yoff coming back once again. UTC 144K camp in Boston. And the name of this page is Taking the Kingdom 144K also. And as you can see, you see it right here. It says, no time for negotiations. Mike Pence warns Iran urges Trump to make it clear that the United States is prepared to strike a blow with the most powerful military in the world. All right, and give me a couple of minutes here. Oh shit! Give me a second. Yeah, so it says former Vice President Mike Pence issued a forceful statement regarding U.S. policies toward Iran, calling for continued maximum pressure and the credible threat of military action. All right, so I won't read anymore, but just get down to the prophecies and what men of the Lord are supposed to be bringing out when you see these things show their face, man. All right, and one thing that I want to harp on this lesson real quick, is the pride. All right, the pride of America is super high. All right, and we know according to the prophecies of Ezekiel, the 38th chapter, America can't be the big bad bully anymore on the block. All right, these other nations have a backing from Russia. All right, Riash, okay, Gog and Magog, okay, and this is the last hurrah, so to speak, okay. But let me get a couple of scriptures. The Second Thessalonians 2:11, it says, and for this cause God shall send them a strong delusion that they should believe a lie. All right, and what you see Mike Pence talking about is just that, it's a delusion. Okay, all right, and I went into the end of this. I went into this at the end of my sit down on Sunday, but hey, the least of them shall draw them out. Let's get that real quick, because we know who's running America now. It's the bankers, all right, and the bankers are those small hatters, all right. Salaki. Uh, Salaki. Yep, Jeremiah 15:45. It says, therefore, hear ye the counsel of the Lord that he hath taken against Babylon, and his purpose that he hath purposed against the land of the Chaldeans, right? And we know that the ancient Chaldeans, they were Hamites, right? But it's the practices that the Chaldeans used to do: child sacrificing, eating of flesh, eating of blood. Okay, that's what the Chaldeans used to do. And if you know anything that what's going on, you see that the files were released, and they're talking about adrenochrome drinking, blood, eating babies. Okay, so the ancient Chaldeans in today's time would be America or Babylon the Great rulers. Okay, those people that are in power. Okay, but reading on, it says, surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely they shall make their habitation desolate with them. Right? So Israel, right? And fake G double O's over there, the 48ers, small hatters, the Zionist people, okay? uh, for a long time, man. This is their ending. Okay, all right, and they're putting the battery in the back of these rulers, or the ruler of America. All right, that they're doing such a great job, and they can take out places if they want to on their behalf, on Israel's behalf. Okay, but it's all going to backfire, man. All of it is going to backfire. Okay, just as sure as you see that last sentence, their habitation desolate with them. Okay, and we know that's going to happen to Babylon the Great here. All right, today I think they blew up a drone from Iran. All right, because they got too close to a Navy vessel. All right, and it's going to come down to the wire. Right, but before this war even starts, this Third World War, right, the U.S. economy, all right, American dollar, the petrodollar has to cease. Okay, and it's well on its way. All right, all these nations are selling off debt to us. All right, it's already been warned by analysts. And Warren Buffett was the first one to say it, really. He said, move your money to the yuan because it's the strongest currency, all right, on the face of the planet now. Okay, so that makes you think that China's going to be next, all right, and it's not. All right, the nation of Israel is going to be next. When you move to Joel the 3rd chapter, right, because the front that they're moving into over there, all right, is the Levant region, and that takes place in Joel the 3rd chapter. All right, and when the Lord emerges himself from out of the heavens, okay, the waters, all right, these dummies, right, all these nations are going to draw themselves to fight against him. Okay, so we definitely are at the end seeing articles that these dummies right here, no time for no negotiations. Mike Pence warns Iran urges Trump to make it clear that the United States is prepared to strike a blow. And if they strike that blow, that's the beginning of World War III. Okay, no ifs, ands, and buts about it. But this will not come, right? And I think we're months away from the collapse of the American dollar. Just speaking as a man, and me looking at all these analysts, right? But that's what man says. Ultimately, the Lord is the one that's setting all this in motion. And if you're a real man of the Lord, you can feel it through the Spirit. Okay? We know that war is looming. We know that there's perilous times out here. Okay? But the only ones that don't are the so-called white man, which is Esau, Edom. Okay? And the elite of Esau, Edom. All right? They think that they're going to have a little space and time to get themselves back together and then start ruling again from the New World Order standpoint. Okay? And it's not so. All right? This will be the last push that they ever make. All right? When they go into Iran. Okay? Let me see if I can get that. Give me a second. All right. I just went straight to it. This is Isaiah 34:1. It says, come near, ye nations, to hear, and hearken, you people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world and all things that come forth of it. For the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations, right? And all his fury upon all their armies. He hath utterly destroyed them. He hath delivered them to the slaughter, right? Their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountain shall be melted with their blood. Okay, so this is a telltale sign right here, the judgment of the Most High for all these nations that's going to try to gang up on them, so to speak. When you read 2nd Ezra 13th chapter, all right, he's going to make short work of them. Okay. It says, and all the host of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll, and all the host shall fall down as the leaf falleth off from the vine, and as a falling fig from the fig tree. So it's going into the nuclear missile attack. Okay, for my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea and upon the people of my curse to judgment. All right. So if they go in there and try to mix it up with Iran, Iran already said there will be targets hit in America, and they're talking about long range missiles, or they could be talking about sleeper cells here in the USA. Okay, while ICE is trying to round up the black and brown people, or the brown people. All right, and they negating the fact that one of those nations that they are in cahoots with, Psalms 83, okay, is out to get them. All right, and this is why it says it in Job, right? Terror shall strike him on every side, because the enemy is round about him. He can't tell who the enemy is. He just wants to say, oh, it's these people right here, it's this person, that person. He really doesn't know. All right, but like it states in Job, it should drive him to his feet, and then his own foot shall be caught in the gin. Okay, the snare that comes from the ground. Okay, let me get it. Let me just get it. Go to Job. Let me go over here. Go back here. All right, and I just want to say this: everything that they're doing, right, is their end, man. All right, in this time, everything's going to lead to the nuclear, the nuclear missile striking this place. Okay, it's right here. All right, Job 18. Let's read down. Slaki. Yep. It says, wherefore, verse 3, are we counted as beasts and reputed vile in your sight? He teareth himself in anger. Shall the earth be forsaken for thee? And shall the rock be removed out of its place? Yea, the light of the wicked shall be put out, and the spark of his fire shall not shine. The light shall be dark in his tabernacle, and his candle shall be put out with him. The steps of his strength shall be straightened, and his own counsel shall cast him down. For he is cast into a net by his own feet, and he walketh upon a snare. All right. Okay. This gin shall take him by the heel, and the robber shall prevail against him. Right? The snare is laid for him in the ground, and a trap for him in the way. Terror shall make him afraid on every side, and shall drive him to his feet. His strength shall be hunger bitten, and destruction shall be ready at his side. It shall devour his strength of his skin, even the firstborn of death shall devour his strength. Okay? His confidence shall be rooted out. The firstborn of death shall devour his strength. That's Yahushua. Okay? That's who that is. All right? Adam. Okay? Yeah, Adam. Okay? His confidence shall be rooted out of his tabernacle, and it shall bring him to the king of terrors, right? The Most High Yahweh. It shall dwell in his tabernacle, because it is none of his. Brimstone shall be scattered upon his habitation, the nuclear missiles. Okay? His roots shall be dried up beneath, and above shall his branches be cut off. So he's not going to be able to flourish anymore. Okay? And it states that in Obadiah, neither root nor branch shall be left of this man. Okay? So this man is capping. He doesn't even know he's capping. He's pump faking. And when he take his ass out there to try to lift the armaments, everybody going to cap his ass up, fill him full of holes. All right? And put the whore down, which is Babylon the Great. Okay? Let me get this. Salaki people. Yep. Jeremiah 50 and 23. How is the hem of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How is Babylon become a desolation among the nations? Listening to the 48ers. Okay. But ultimately, it's the plan of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, and his Son is going to deliver said plan. All right. When you read Isaiah, the 63rd chapter, I think it's the 63rd. Let's go there real quick. And it tells you all about it. Okay. Isaiah 63. Let's grab that real quick. And that'll be it, man. 63. Yep. God's vengeance on the nations. Okay. So this is what Esau, Edom has to look forward to. No more riches, no more glory. All right. And right now, as I speak, shame is spewing on your glory. All right. The whole world is looking. And these are the Edomites, all right, that conquered lands, okay, by the hand of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. He was the one who allowed them to put the whole earth underneath their subjection. So you could see how terrible this man rules, okay, and why he needs to be eradicated out of the earth, okay. For one, when he was Cain, he didn't give good sacrifices. When he was Esau, he didn't follow the laws, okay, because he wanted to eat pottage, okay, that was undone, half done. Okay, he was starving, but he gave away his birthright for that. But nevertheless, he's not a person that listens to the will of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Okay, he's a crooked vessel. Jacob is the vessel for honor, and Esau is the vessel for dishonor. And that's why his kingdom is going to go down in flames. Soon as he pushes forth into that space, okay, with them trying to battle Iran. That's the final war. The wars that will end all wars. And then peace on earth shall reign forevermore. Okay. Through Yahweh, his son Yahweh Shai, King David, and the 144,000 elect men of the nation of Israel, which consist of Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Okay. So I just wanted to bring that out. This would be the last step that, these bozos make. And I'm talking about the nation of Edom, which are the so-called white men. All right. So they go over there trying to bark they sugar honey iced tea. Okay. And it's gonna get medieval. Okay. And I remember Ahmadinejad said, if anybody from over here, the Western world, set foot inside of Iran, that it was already going to be graves already dug. So And I don't think that was a flex. I don't think that's a lie. I think that those people that had enough of, Benjamin not a Jew and the Western powers threatening them on ruining their nation, okay, coupled with their heritage, okay. And these people, they're gonna fight. They're not terrorists. They fighting for their survival. All right. Every man wants to be sovereign, okay. But when you're dealing with nations, nations are supposed to be on to their own people. All right. But then you have police of the world, Babylon the Great, trying to police areas where they shouldn't worry. All right. And everything that Esau Edom does is pseudo. He knows who the real keepers of the earth are. Okay. And what the real judges of the earth would do. And he can't mimic it because he's not an upright person. Okay. So death and destruction is coming for this place. Okay. So I just wanted to bring that out real quick. A couple of scriptures. And this is gonna lead to the end of Babylon the Great, America, Sodom and Egypt, all rolled into one. All right. So with that, I want to say all praises due to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kadash, and double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom.